Hey there, Sagittarius. Welcome to your 2023 yearly forecast. Beautiful start to your reading. Thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you so much. This is your 2023 yearly forecast. I will be pulling out a 12-card spread, so it's one card per month, along with some energy oracle cards for the year ahead, what you can expect in terms of energy, as well as romance angel oracle cards for your year ahead. And then I will close it out with your angel blessings, what you can expect in 2023. Look at this spread. You've got quite a few major arcanas here for the entire month. The bottom of the deck, you have the Chariot card. So victory and success, even when you go at things at a careful pace, at a steady pace. I do feel as though there are changes coming your way throughout the year. Even when you may have fears, worries, you know, wondering whether or not you're doing the right thing, Sagittarius, I feel that all change is good for you here, okay? I love that you start off the year with the 10 of Cups. Very, very beautiful energy. You know, before I get into the entire reading, I just want to say thank you guys so much once again for being here. If you'd like to book your own 2023 yearly forecast, there is a link in the description box below, and you can book your very own recorded reading that you can go back to and watch whenever you need to, okay? And so, yeah, you know, like I said, you will have some difficult times throughout the year, but nothing you can't handle. Okay, so I feel like for you in 2023, the key is to really, you know, feel safe and secure regardless of what may be presented to you. Sometimes it's hard for people to ignore what their current experience or their current reality is, that it can be hard to pivot out of a difficult situation or to have some form of, you know, optimism. Sorry, I couldn't get that word out. I feel like maybe some of you have been having a hard time staying positive and optimistic in certain life events that may have happened. I get this feeling that maybe in 2022 you had some big changes, but there's been like highs and lows when it comes to relationships, partnerships. For some, it will be in your career or job or money. I do get the feeling that it's not all across the board. It will be like one thing feels like it's really, really good, and then something else kind of starts going backwards or feels like it's a little off. So I feel like some of you may be feeling like I can't catch a break, but, you know, let's get that mindset out of the gutter. Let's just remove that overall and start focusing on the good, because the more you focus on the good, the more of it you will bring in and the more of it you will attract. I really love that your major arcanas here, the Lovers, the Fool card, the Hanged Man, the Tower, the Judgment card. Very, very big major arcanas here. You know, when you look at those as a whole throughout the year, there, like I said, there are things that maybe you've had to weigh out your options when it comes to relationships, partnerships, and relationships don't necessarily have to be romantic love relationships. Could be friendship relationships. It could be family, like familial relationships. Could be relationships that you keep at work with, you know, coworkers and bosses and supervisors, things of that nature. Could be everyday relationships, even if you don't see it as a relationship. For example, the same barista you see every day when you stop for your coffee. It's things like that, right? The regular places that you shop or frequent, that I just heard for some of you, it's not your barista, but your bartender. So, you know, take it as you want. You know, everyone's situation is completely different. So apply what resonates, leave the rest behind. And as always, you're more than welcome to book your very own 2023 forecast. Like I said, in the link is in the description box below. But let's get to it. You've got the Angel of Love. I cannot remember who else had this for their yearly forecast. Could have been Aries or Leo. Oh, I don't really remember. My apologies. I did theirs yesterday and I already can't remember. I do read intuitively. I channel a lot of messages, so I don't always retain them. But I do love the Angel of Love Oracle card here for you. Overall energy for the entire year is that I do feel that there is some work to be done for some of you, whether this is love relationships, friendships, partnerships, people that you love, people that love you, being able to receive love, reciprocate love, give and take, and, you know, compromise, you know, so that no one is actually feeling like they've given up too much of themselves or had to, you know, give up more than they're actually receiving, right? So reciprocal love, and most importantly, self-love and unconditional love, because, you know, with that comes respect for oneself and how others treat you. If you don't take care of you, if you don't, you know, put yourself, your health, your needs, your, you know, and when I say health, it could be like mental, emotional, physical, spiritual health, whatever that means for you. When I say health, because I'm obviously not a doctor, I think of it overall as your overall well-being, right? The healthy part of you inside and out, and there are several layers to all of us. And so Angel of Love is really here helping to guide you towards a path that's more filled with love and compassion and grace, and whether that means offering it to yourself or asking the universe for that type of help to be able to, I just heard, to be able to see yourself in the eyes of love. I feel like for some of you, you may have struggled with that, and you know, people have taken advantage of that because they found an opening of how they can come in and, well, take advantage of you, take you for granted, whatever it may have been. And, you know, I feel that the more you respect and work on yourself, you know, self-love, self-care, things of that nature, I do feel that there will be boundaries that will be, you know, set up, safe boundaries, speaking your truth, letting people know what's okay, what's not okay. You can't talk to me. You can't treat me that way. You can't come in and out of my life like that. You can't come, you know, people that sometimes feel that they have this, I guess you would call this right to talk to you however they want, to be a part of your life, to come in and out, right? It could be, you know, again, friend, family member, could be an ex that maybe you share a child with, and they think that they're entitled to whatever's going on, to know what's going on in your life and to have a say. So obviously boundaries are important here. You do have financial constraints and hostilities as well. I get the feeling that for some of you, excuse me, I'm still a little under the weather. I'm getting over this cold. I'm doing my best to try not to try not to cough on camera and pause when I have to. So as I was saying, financial constraints and hostilities. I do get the feeling that for some of you, if you suddenly have your, you know, your hours cut, your salary, you get demoted, you get, you know, you get hit in the wallet pretty bad, right? I do feel like the card of hostilities is saying, listen, I'm not backing down. I'm getting paid what I'm deserving. I know the Justice card isn't here, but I do get the feeling that for some of you, this could be a legal situation, court case. You may be going through, you know, some sort of legal proceedings, a fight for your finances. Maybe some of you had your wages garnished. Maybe some of you had, you know, a judgment against you, and you're just like, wait a minute, I didn't even know about this, or I didn't know that I can do that, or I didn't know that you know, there were other options. That information wasn't communicated. I do feel like you're not backing down. You really are coming up with a fight. However, the financial constraints, listen, I'm letting you know right now. So whenever you are watching this reading, watch your money, watch your spending, don't overdo it. Make sure that you've got what you need in your budget saved up, as difficult as it can be for some of you that maybe live paycheck to paycheck, or you know, have maybe a little wiggle room. definitely keep an eye on your money, your spending, where it's going, habits that you've been keeping that are costing you some money. Get rid of those subscription services that, you know, you don't want to use. Prices went up on certain services that, you know, you just kind of went along with, and then it just kept going up year after year. It's time to look at better options. You know, it's time to look at, you know, getting out of certain, you know, contracts or prices or whatever it is that wherever we see our money going into, it's time to do research in terms of, this is what I need, this is how much I'm paying, but I don't want to pay that anymore. Where can I go? What can I do to either get the same or better for less than what I'm currently paying? What promotions, what deals, what, you know, loopholes can I take advantage of at this moment? Okay. So I do feel like that is very, very important for you here. Those of you that are in some sort of legal dispute in regards to money, feels like a very tough battle ahead. I feel the need to pull a card for that one. I do love the cards that are all around in your yearly reading, like your monthly here. However, I feel like those of you that are really trying to, if it is, like I said, a legal battle in regards to finances, maybe someone's wanting you to pay more child support or more alimony, or maybe you're asking for more because, you know, you're still struggling and they're living it up like they have no responsibilities, right? Let's see what this hostilities card is. 6 of Wands. So could be around the month of June. And the 9 of Swords. So, yeah, you may be having some major financial issues, major financial constraints, and having a difficulty making ends meet, living paycheck to paycheck. You could see a sudden increase in, you know, your monthly payments, what you normally pay, perhaps rent, or you know, maybe you missed a payment here and there and you get slapped with late fees, and it's been difficult for you to get on top of it. It's really, really important you stay on top of it. Don't let it get that far. But I get this feeling that those of you that are, you know, trying to barely make ends meet, and you're seeing an ex living it up, living their best life, I feel like that is kind of the energy that I'm seeing here. You're just like, it's not fair that they're blowing their money and doing whatever it is that they want, that they're traveling, that they got a new car, that they're able to shop, that they're able to do, and, you know, all this, and then they're not helping you out in an adequate way. This isn't coming from an energy of you know, I want them to be in ruin. This is you not wanting to get to that point of ruin. So those of you that are struggling with that, those of you that may see some sort of fight like that in the coming year, be careful, be mindful of that energy, because I do feel that some of you are going to need to really take notes and really evaluate, like I said, your spending. If you do need to go to court, I do feel like that it will be, you know, taken into consideration, how you spend your money, what you're bringing in, and how they spend their money and what they're bringing in, how things are done fair and square across the board, okay? And yeah, so it's definitely in regards to like a love relationship, unfortunately, this feels like a divorce, separation, you know, someone going through a midlife crisis, wanting to do whatever it is that they want and leaving their family, their responsibilities behind. And, you know, you may be going through struggle bus at that moment. Okay, so that was very specific for someone. I just felt the need to really you know, elaborate on that message. I don't really want these readings to go too long, but they have been. So yeah, make sure you stick around for the whole reading. And yeah, so there will be open pathways that will open up for you, opportunities for you to advance, take place, and look into making more money, looking into, you know, what your options are when it comes to making sure that you stay on top of your finances, your bills, that you are able to afford things, and not just barely able to afford things, but to actually have a little something on the side to, you know, be prepared and be ready for the unexpected should it ever come your way. Okay. Now, let's start off with January, your 10 of Cups, along with the Angel of Love here right next to it. Like I said, it's a beautiful start to your year. This feels like emotional contentment, happiness, joy, fulfillment, having that energy of like one big happy family here, okay? So I do love this energy here for you. You know, this gives me that warm, fuzzy feeling that, you know, after the holidays and you've spent time with the people that you love, you've had wonderful, you know, holiday celebrations at the end of 2022, moving into 2023, you just feel very happy and fulfilled. And that is a beautiful start to your year. So I want you to remember what that energy feels like, what that loving, harmonious, like unconditional loving feeling feels like from within. Because when you go through a rough patch, that is going to be super important for you to tap back into, to bring yourself out of any type of darkness, any type of difficult opportunity, or not, I shouldn't say opportunity, but experience that you may have, right? Six of Swords to clarify that. So if you have gone through some difficult times, stressful situations, especially, you know, since the pandemic, things finally feel like they are moving forward. They feel at peace. They feel calm. Again, the word I'm feeling is it's a very content and harmonious start to your year. I love it. I love it. I love it. Look at that. I wasn't going to pull another card, but the Four of Wands came out. And so that clearly speaks of, you know, union, reunion, and, you know, bringing families together, making amends, celebrations taking place. It's a beautiful, beautiful energy here for you. And so February, you have the Hanged Man energy. You know, that's you really taking a little bit of a time out and reviewing and reflecting, you know, things that have happened, that, you know, experiences that you've had, wondering how you should move forward from a situation, an experience, a place of employment or a relationship. I get the feeling of whether or not you should reach out to someone. I think that you've been thinking about this for quite some time, whether or not you should have a certain conversation, if it's time for you to have that conversation. I'm also getting the energy of planning your next move, planning your next step, what you really want for your future. I'm hearing for some of you, that's planning to have a family. That's planning to get married. That's planning to buy a home. This feels like in February, there are big life changes that you are thinking about, and you know, planning for your future. And I heard the word agonizing. Okay, so if someone's been like agonizing you about something like, when are you gonna get married, when are you gonna have kids, it's about time you moved out of your parents' home and get your own place, like, I feel like you kind of have brushed it off, but you can only do it for so long. And it's kind of time now for you to be like, all right, now's the time. I'm going to put some thought and plan and execution, you know, into that, right? That's the energy I'm feeling. Yeah. So what's your next move? Have I done enough on the financial front to move out, to buy a home, to upgrade things in our life, right? For some people, upgrading things in your life could be upgrading your appliances. No more hand-me-down furniture, but rather, you know, it's time I got new furniture. It's time I make my house, my environment feel and look good and be, you know, everything that I want it to be, the comforts of home. For others of you, it's like, you know what? It's time. I think I've got enough money to buy that engagement ring, to, you know, put a down payment on a home, to trade in my vehicle and buy a new one, or just buy a new one altogether. You know, it just feels like you're really, it feels like a master plan in terms of what's next for my future and how can I maximize the amount of money I have saved up, or that I want to save up, right? Now, because of what I'm seeing here with the hostilities and the financial constraints along with the Tower card, I would recommend you do your research before you blindly invest in something, okay? So if someone has been, I'm not a financial advisor, but I get the feeling that someone may have been pressuring you to be like, listen, you can have this much money in your investment account too. Just do what I did. And, you know, and it's okay. I have to tell you that you and this person that may be approaching you this way have very different lifestyles, okay? So it may be okay for that person to lose a couple $100,000, you know, whatever it may be, if they're playing, you know, with money in that way. They may have it to burn. But I get the feeling that most of you here have families or children or people that depend on you that, yeah, that you have to keep in mind. So these two cards flew out, and it's the Wheel of Fortune and the Four of Pentacles. So I do feel as though there is big money changes here that are meant for you. Just be mindful. Don't blow it all. Yes, this is the card of, you know, greed and the miser energy, not wanting to loosen up that wallet. However, this is what needs to change. I just feel like some of you go like from one end to the other, like you are super tight holding on to your money, and then all of a sudden you just blow it, you know, like it just feels like a very big gamble or risk that some of you maybe looking at. In March, you've got the Four of Swords. And right off the bat, the Six of Wands flew out as I was saying that. So the Four of Swords with the Six of Wands, I feel like this feels more like daydreaming energy. Like while you've been doing the planning phase and wanting to put forth that execution, if you did step out and you know, start making those big changes, perhaps the initial outcome, reaction, payout wasn't as much as you were hoping it would be. And so I feel like some of you, honestly, I feel like the energy I'm getting here is some of you are like in meditation, law of assumption, law of attraction, like you're really doing that work, visualizing your success, visualizing this is the outcome that I want. And if you don't already do that type of work, I highly recommend it. Like Neville Goddard, you know, law of assumption, definitely look into it, because I'm telling you from experience, it works. Okay. And so for some of you, I do feel like that is what you are working on. You see yourself, you feel yourself, you assume that that is where you are, okay? I do see a positive outcome with that. Yeah, look at that. King of Cups, the Lover's card, as you move into the month of April. So you feel like there is emotional safety and security moving forward. So you may be taking these leaps of faith when it comes to financial stability and, you know, investing, doing something with your money, your time, your energy. I feel like for most of you, you have someone that is of support to you. However, I also feel, I get this little nudgy feeling that's like, you know, you can't fail because this person's never going to let you forget it. Okay. So I feel like that's where a little bit of that fear and insecurity comes from. Okay. So do with that as what you please, right? But, you know, moving on. In April, I've got the Lover's card here with the King of Cups. So a lot of love here. I heard the word transparency. So I feel like for some of you in relationships, you build a closer bond with one another. The intimacy really, really grows because there's been an opportunity for you to be vulnerable in more ways than one with this person or partner, right? Could be someone that you're starting out with, could be someone in a long-term committed relationship. And even if you think like, oh my God, we've been together for like 10, 15, 20 years, like how much more can we possibly grow, right? everything that we go through and we share with our partners, it really does build a closer bond. You cannot be afraid of your partner judging you or thinking negatively of you. And if you are, then that is something that needs to be discussed, because in reality, you being vulnerable, open, and honest, and, you know, about whatever it may be, is really supposed to bring the two of you together. And I hadn't looked at this, but these two flew out as I was talking about that. And so that's the Page of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords, you do have it down here. But you know, it's like that opportunity of, I really want to get my life together. I really want to get my finances together. We should have more than what we have right now. I want to be able to provide all of this for you, whether that's what you're hearing or that's what you're saying. I feel like someone is feeling like they've taken a break long enough from maybe not being responsible with their money. Okay, so if that's how you started out the year, which is why you have these financial constraints here, I do feel that with the Knight of Swords, that's coming to an end. You're just like, no, I need to get a move on this fast, right? So like I said, that's either your thinking, your acting, your doing, your mentality, or the person that you are talking to or dealing with. This is the energy around you. In May, you have the Fool card. So yeah, talk about a clean slate, starting all over again, wanting to really, you know, look into what is out there. It just reminds me of you reflecting, or perhaps the person you're dealing with reflecting on, okay, I've wasted enough time. It's time for me to really buckle down. It's time for me to really be serious about what I want this for myself, what I want next for myself. And I do feel like there is like some of that spiritual clarity that you may get, right? It's the clarity that you need to move forward. It feels like divine intervention steps in and really helps you along with the Temperance card and the Nine of Pentacles and the Fool. You got two majors with the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is really saying, listen, I'm really good with my money. I feel like I can do this on my own. I feel like I can grow my money. And while I'm stashing away some good money in my investments, I got a little bit or just enough to put away for something new. So this does feel like an opportunity for you to safeguard your money, make wiser choices, better choices, how you spend your money, how you invest your money, where your money is really going. And, you know, if you have people that ask you to front them, to help them, if they take advantage of you financially, like, hey, let's hang out, let's go grab a beer, let's go grab a drink, let's brunch, you know, Sunday fun day or whatever. But then, oh, I didn't realize the bill was going to be that much. Do you think you can spot me and I'll pay you on my next payday? And then like you don't hear from them for a while. Yeah, that's somebody taking advantage of you because they don't know if you've got it to spend. Maybe they assume that you do. And even if you did, you should be the one to decide how you spend your money. Not giving up that, you know, power to anyone, right? Moving forward. Now, here is your card in June, Queen of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So very strong energy here. If this is you within your power in June. Remember what I said. Some of you will be setting up those boundaries, letting people know what's okay, what's not okay, and being okay with them walking away and never turning back if they don't comply with your requests, or, you know, just even being open to listening to how you feel or how they make you feel. Queen of Wands is also someone who's got a lot of energy when they have something that they really believe in, that they really want to put their mind to, that they want to grow, that they want action, forward action movement, right? They are not backing down. They're just like, this feels good. This feels right. I'm moving forward with it. Also feel like there is a lot of attraction between you and someone else here that features very, very prominently in a relationship. Also feels that you are just feeling and are being seen as someone very attractive, right? So could be an attractive job offer, promotion, more money that is offered to you, and people are eyeing you for that role, that position, that responsibility. Could be that if you're single, here's your opportunity to really get noticed, because I do see it happening around June. And there you go, your counterpart, King of Wands, right? To me, that is the Sagittarius energy. You know, whether male or female doesn't matter, but we've got the counterparts here. So if you are single, like I said, June is looking really, really good for you to meet someone, for you to take that next leap of faith with someone. If somebody asks you out, invites you out, if there's social events, take them up, because I do feel like your summer, June, July, is going to be looking very, very hot, very promising. And, you know, whenever you see the counterparts here, Queen and King of Wands here, this is like that married couple that's got it together, that's looking towards their future, that's ready to take that leap of faith, right? The Hermit card here. So if the Hermit is clarifying this couple, is that maybe the two of you have been talking, going back and forth, dating, and now you're wondering, is this something that I should take to the next level? Is this person serious? Is it just another summer love fling that's going on? I do feel that when two people of the same, you know, element, they're each other's counterparts. So it just may feel like a friendship that blossoms into a relationship that has you thinking, should I go this way? Should I not? But I also get the feeling that there is one person here who's a little bit more overbearing than the other. So take your time as you see fit. In July, you have the Three of Cups. Like I said, you've got a lot of celebrating. This could be social events. This could be happy times, good times, going out. I'm hearing some of you may actually, if you are in a relationship, you may actually be getting married in the summer, right? June wedding, May, June, July, even as far as April. But it does feel like some of you take that final leap of faith with a partner and you get married, and there's a lot to celebrate here, especially because if I'm seeing the honeymoon card over here, you may be going on that honeymoon in the summer. So it feels very, very nice for you guys if you are in a relationship looking towards that. What's the Three of Cups here for you? Some of you may be like at a stalemate, at a standstill with someone, whether or not you should want to continue a friendship, a relationship, communication, things of that nature. Yeah. So some of you are like, yeah, dead, done, and over with in a connection, in a relationship. And this is like an old friend. This is a relative. This is maybe someone you're not getting along with at work. You invite everyone at work to go to your wedding except this one person. Yeah, listen. You have every right to decide who you want, who you don't want at your, you know, celebrations or whatever. But this is also if you were in a third party situation, or if that is something that came about over the summer. This is dead, done, and over with. You're just like, yeah, that's unforgivable to me. You don't get to do that and then think you can come right back around, okay? I say that because the next few cards is the Tower, the Judgment, and the Knight of Swords. You know, the Tower, obviously, very shocking energy here. And the Judgment card clarified this card. So clearly this is, you know, the energy of, I made a mistake, I want to fix this. Or you discover, you know, unsavory behavior by your partner. Doesn't have to be relationship, could be business as well. This is someone wanting to make amends, knowing they messed up, wanting to figure things out. So you may have that type of energy between the two of you moving forward. And, you know, August, September with the Tower, the Judgment again, you've got that twice. This is your opportunity to really revisit and review certain aspects of this relationship, as well as what your intentions are and what you want for yourself moving forward. I feel like this almost gives you an opportunity for you to just say, you know what? What's done is done. I'm going to create the life that I want for myself. And I'm not looking back is what I'm hearing, right? the Hanged Man. So repeated cards, you've got the Hanged Man as a clarifier card here. And so although some of you may have wanted at one point or another, especially if you're single and then all of a sudden this person pops in, you may have wanted at one point or another to have this person come back saying, hey, you know, I really want to work things out. I do feel like you're really looking at what is their intention? What does this person have to gain? What have they lost that they think they can get from me now, right? So a lot of emotional feelings that need to be sorted out here about this moving forward. I do feel like you may feel the pressure. August, September, October, the Knight of Swords, about whether or not you should take this person back or revisit that. But I do feel like healing will be your priority moving forward. You really want to make a life for yourself, especially with the Three of Wands in November, the Ace of Wands in December. This is like, what's done is done. Things didn't work out the way I wanted it to. This is business or love. You know, if you discover that that job that you took, that they promised you a ton of money, ended up not working out, you really start weighing out your options, looking towards your future. But it's important that with the Three of Wands here, that you don't just stand in one place waiting for those opportunities, for those people, those ships to come in. You actually figure out what the game plan is, what the next step is. That's what this Hanged Man energy is here for, especially if you're looking at a second chance at life, a second chance opportunity in, you know, in love with someone else, or just overall altogether with someone. Could be in business. You want to try your hat at something else. I do feel like there is some unfinished business here in October that needs to be cleared up. The emotional ties and trauma to a specific person or situation definitely need to be healed, so that you can expand your horizons and have hope in what's to come in the future. The Three of Wands is like, I know what I want. I'm looking towards my future, but it just feels like you're lacking inspired action here. And it may take you a little bit. I'm going to say about 6 weeks for you to figure it out. So like October, November, December, during that time frame of, you know, when you finally get the realization and the energy to move forward. Yeah, see? Listen, you know that your goal here, another repeated card, by the way, you know that your goal here is your happily ever after, regardless of who that is with. You just want to restore happiness and harmony. Remember what I said up here in the beginning, how you start your 2023, hold on to that energy, hold on to that feeling, remember it, memorize it, you know, etch that into your fabric of who you are, because when the times get tough, it can be very, very easy for you to dive into a dark hole of your shadow, right? Of shame, of guilt, of sadness, of depression. But when you hold on to this energy here, it really helps to lift you up. It really helps to not go like drowning in your sorrows, okay? Because another repeated card here, the Nine of Swords in December with the Ace of Wands. But real quick, this November energy, you're looking towards your future. You're looking to how to restore your happily ever after, balance, harmony, you know, just enjoying the little things in life and really having some sort of bonding relationships is what I'm hearing. Relationships that are meaningful, and no more relationships based on who's to benefit over the other person. Okay, very, very important that I say that to you. In December, you know, the Nine of Swords is, you know, the sleepless nights. It's the anxiety. It's wanting to crawl under your blankets and take comfort, but knowing that whatever's going on in your mind isn't escaping you. Like the blanket is not going to cover what's going on in your mind. I feel like some of you are crying yourself to sleep around this time. You know, and it's more so, it feels as though it's anxiety and nervousness to start over again, whether that's in love, business, or career. Take it as it resonates. Now, I just have to remind you, this is future energy. Whenever you're watching this, you do have free will. You can shift and move the energy around as you see fit. You can book your own personal reading to see how this applies for you. But again, if you don't like a certain outcome, you can get ahead of it. You can make the necessary changes. You can shift the energy and the outcome to your liking, okay? So keep that in mind. I do feel like that Ace of Wands with the Nine of Swords is more so nervousness and a little bit of fear and anxiety of starting over again. Maybe, you know, starting over in love. Maybe you start dating. You know, some of you, it's looking for a new job and you're like, oh my God, I never thought I'd do this because I thought I'd retire from my current place. It's things like that, okay? Now, here's a reminder for you, your love energy oracles. You deserve love, romantic feelings, and honeymoon. Now, those of you that are not in serious committed relationships where you would be taking a honeymoon, this is maybe a weekend getaway. This is maybe going on a cruise. This is, you know, traveling together, having people around you that will enjoy your company on a trip, road trip, some sort of travel. I do see that happening for you this year. I do get the feeling of at least two trips, whether they're short or long trips, but I do get the feeling, and I heard it clearly, you've got a couple trips coming this year, okay? So if you are looking forward to that, if that is something that you have been thinking about and you're just like, how am I going to do that? Especially with the financial constraints, you know, get ahead of it. I'm letting you know now. So in terms of if you are in a relationship that goes south, that goes a little sour sometime this year, or maybe it's been happening, you know, since 2022 that you've been going back and forth, you've been trying to fix things, the universe, the angels are reminding you that yes, you are lovable, okay? You deserve love, Sagittarius. Do not settle for less than. Especially because remember, you've got the angel of love here. This is a reminder that you've got to give yourself some more love, some more grace, compassion, and forgiveness. Forgiving yourself for entertaining, you know, the wrong people, the wrong relationships. If you've allowed unhealthy and toxic people in your life to take over your mindset, your heart, your life altogether, don't shortchange yourself, Sagittarius. That is very, very important. And not just in love, in other areas of your life, right? Don't overgive your time, energy, and effort without the proper compensation at work either, or apply that message altogether in your entire life, right? Those of you that are single or that find yourself single throughout the year, romantic feelings, your feelings are real and worth exploring. I do feel like for some of you, especially those of you that have been single for a very, very long time, I get this feeling of someone sparking your interest, someone wanting to see where it goes between the two of you, right? And I do feel like it's very exciting for you to see where this goes. However, albeit I get the feeling some of you are going to feel a little like nervous moving forward with that energy, okay? I'm going to pull a couple Kipper cards before I pull the Angel Blessing cards, and right off the bat, the family room came out. Like I said, some of you may have some sort of family conversations that need to be had. Could be, you know, reconciliation. It could be setting safe boundaries with family members. It could also be some of you take some time apart from your family or partnership, okay? High honor and what else? And occupation. Remember what I said, some of you may have other opportunities in business and love. So you want to be treated accordingly. You want to be compensated accordingly. Don't overgive. Don't be people please. Don't try to be more than what they are willing to honor you with. I do feel like if you feel undervalued and underpaid, you will be making some changes that do help you out in the long run financially, okay? So don't go getting yourself into trouble at work because, you know, they're not paying you enough, but they're expecting stuff. I also get the feeling that there is someone here whose place of employment is doing some really shady shit. like illegal stuff. Like if you called OSHA or, you know, or they're having you work with no breaks, no lunch breaks. They're constantly hounding you, texting you, no days off. And it's kind of like, well, I like the overtime if you even get paid for it adequately, right? Yeah, that's, you got to be careful with that. I feel like they're keeping you so busy that you don't even have time to look for another job. If that makes sense to someone, let me know down below. So your angel blessings, what your angels want you to know for 2023. Beautiful. 6 of Earth, Knight of Earth. Love it. Pentacle energy here. King of Earth. Look at that. And 6 of Water. Okay. We've got a lot of repeated cards here. I don't remember if we had the 6 of Pentacles. I know we had the 6 of Wands a couple times here. Did we have the 6 of Pentacles? I don't think we did. But we did have the King of Pentacles here. 6 of, did we have another 6 of Cups? So many cards here. We had the 6 of Swords, 6 of Wands. Okay. You'll know because you're watching this reading. But I definitely love, like I said, financial prosperity energy, keeping in mind that money is there for you. Money will always come through to you. Don't stay in this hostile, anxiety-ridden energy of never having enough money, because that's exactly what you will be manifesting, is more of that, not having enough money. 6 of Earth, gifts of money, time or effort, new career opportunities, receiving a loan or paying off debts. I mean, hello, I love this for you throughout the year. Yes, please. New career opportunities, I told you. Knight of Earth. This is someone who is loyal, dedicated, honorable, and kind. Some of you may be on the cusp of Sag and Capricorn, or you may have Capricorn in your chart, so definitely take a look at that. You may be dealing with a Capricorn or someone who is like earth sign financial mentor, or someone who you know that's really good with their money. So if this describes that person, especially if either they're your age or older than you, because you also have the King of Earth. I mean, look at this. This is like 2 dudes that are like making the money, right? This is someone who's generous, professional, responsible, and practical. The messages at the bottom say, time to buckle down and get things done. Didn't I say that in the beginning, right? Honor your commitments. This is a guardian angel that comes through to help you with your finances, with your prosperity. Trust and believe. Remember what I said. Listen to Neville Goddard. Look into, you know, the law of assumption. Trust me, it works, guys. A successful time. Confidently accept opportunities you're offered. This is the Midas touch, right? Love it, love it, love it. And you have the 6 of Water. This is memories from your history or childhood, issues regarding children, and romanticizing the past. So very important blessings from the angels, things that they are highlighting for you throughout the year. I really love the surrounding energy, even if you do experience a couple difficult times throughout the year. I want you to remember that you are better than this. You are deserving, much more deserving and worthy of any type of negative energy that's surrounding you. So honor yourself and stand your ground. Love yourself first and keep that energy moving forward. Have a wonderful 2023. Happy holidays to all of you. I will see you guys in your monthlies. I do have your Januaries coming out, but depending on when you're watching this, check out your playlist. As always, I always link it here at the end. If you'd like to book your own reading, links in the description box below, and I will see you guys soon. Have a wonderful year. Many blessings to you. Take care. Bye.